Órale, chingones. So, as you guys already heard, or if you haven't heard, you're about to hear it. Alexander Usyk is no longer heavyweight champion. He went ahead and he relinquished all his belts. So he is no longer champ. He vacated all of them, and he wasn't stripped. Let's make that clear. He was not stripped. He willingly just gave them all up. And in a report I was reading, he said that he wants to give it to the guy. He wants to give the guys the opportunity to fight for the belts. Basically, he's retired. He knows he's retiring, and he does not want any sanctioning bodies to dictate who he fights next. So there's a couple of rumors out there, right, on what's going to happen with his career. Is he going to fight once? Is he going to fight twice? So it looks like the Rico kickboxer rematch looks like that's not going to happen, right? The Caballel fight, yeah, it looks like that's not going to happen either. And this is one of the problems with sanctioning titles. It, when you're a champion, when you hold one of those belts, it doesn't really mean that you're the best. Because in this case, Usyk is still the best heavyweight. I mean, you could make an argument that, well, maybe Moses Itama is the best heavyweight at the time, during this time, and that may be true. We'll never see that fight. We're never going to see that fight, and I don't really care to see that fight. I know many people are, scratching for that fight, like, oh man, we got to see that fight. Ah, they're different generations. Instead, Usyk, who is what 39 years old, wants to go out on his own terms. He wants to go out and fight the guys that he wants to fight without, this hanging over his head, and I can respect that. I can respect. At least I'll say this: he's not going to hold on to the belts and fight guys that nobody wants to see him fight. At least that. There are plenty of guys that hold on to the belt, that sit on their hands, or fight guys that's like, well, why is he fighting that guy for, right? At least Usyk said, like, hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm on my way out of here. Here, you guys go fight for the belts because I don't want the responsibility. I want to have my last fight or two with whoever I want to have my last fight or two. So screw it. There's the belts. You guys go fight for them. So I can respect that. Now, Usyk did not look good in his last fight, who was against a kickboxer, which that was only his second professional boxing match. Um, there's rumors out there. Obviously, we heard what Eddie Hearn said on the zone. He said he was going to fight Deontay Wilder. There's also rumor out there that it can be John Jones. Now, a crossover fight with this Rico Herbogen guy, I can't even pronounce his name right now, but that's one thing because nobody really knew who this Rico guy was. Kickboxing just it doesn't move the needle like that. Nobody really knows kickboxing too much. That's a very, very, very small population of people that are really in the know when it comes to kickboxing. But nobody really knew who Rico was. And he is, from what I hear, from what I understand, the greatest kickboxer of all time. I think Tom Pohl might have something to say to that, right? Put a little glass on your fist there. But yeah, and with that, I've never heard of the guy. I didn't know anybody who's heard of the guy. Now he fights John Jones. Now people do know who John Jones. Even if you're not an MMA fan, people have heard the name. I'm not that big of an MMA guy. I don't really watch UFC much, but I know who he is. So that will move the needle a little bit. Him fighting Deontay Wilder, I'm not that mad at it. I'm not that mad at it. I know people are going to be highly upset because they want to see him fight other guys. Look, him against Caballel, yeah, that would have been cool, but just being honest, just being real with you guys, okay? Would that have moved the needle? Well, there would have been money involved if the Turk was going to be involved, and it looked like the Turk was involved. It looked like Turki Al-Sheikh was involved. Now the Turk was basically dictating to Usyk what's going to happen next, and I don't think Usyk liked that too much. We all saw how uncomfortable that conversation was happening there inside the ring after Usyk versus Rico. It's like, okay, well, wait a second, wait a second. What's going on here? He deserves a rematch. And you had the Turk saying, like, yeah, he earned a rematch. He deserves a rematch. But you got Caballero here, and I'm not sure Usyk was really down with any of that. I don't think Usyk wanted this whole like, well, you're gonna be told what you're gonna do next. You're about to retire, but you're gonna be told how you're gonna go out. You got to fight Caballero, and you got to have a rematch with Rico, the kickboxer. I don't think Usyk was down with being told what to do. Now the Turk makes it rain, homie. No doubt about it. The Turk brings in the cash. So even though a fight with Caballero, maybe it wasn't going to make that much I don't want to say money because the Turk would be there and he would make it rain. He'd make it worth their while. I don't know how many people were really going to tune into it. But I think I'm sorry, I think Usyk says, look, I could take a little bit of a pay cut and I could fight a couple of guys that, yeah, it might make a little bit of a bigger dollar. Maybe not as much since Turkey Al-Sheikh is not going to be involved. Yeah, probably not going to make as much money, but it could, could still make a pretty cool freedom at decent bucks doing it. A fight against Deontay Wilder. Does anybody want to see that? Everybody's going to say no. Okay. Everybody's going to say no. But guess what? People will tune in for that. People will watch that. And the fact that Usyk beat Joshua twice, he beat Tyson Fury twice. Deontay Wilder was in that group. He was in that group. I don't think Wilder was ever as good as a Tyson Fury against Anthony Joshua. I don't know, man. That's a fight I always wanted to see because I think Wilder does stand a chance on that one. Let's see if we ever get that fight. But nonetheless, I think Usyk, he's going out on his own terms, saying, "Listen, I got no boss. Here's all the belts. Turk, you go make the fights with somebody else. You're not going to tell me how to end my career. I'm going to end my career how I want to end my career. I'm damn near 40. I got nothing else to prove. And I just want to fight the guys that I want to fight. And if he fights a John Jones, that's going to sell. That's going to sell. Maybe he doesn't pay as much as Turk would have paid him for the rematch with Rico or against Caballero, but it's still going to sell. It's still going to make some money. A fight with Deontay Wilder, probably not going to make as much as he would with the Turk. So take a little bit of a pay cut, but listen, that fight will sell. People are going to talk smack about it. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's going to talk smack about it. Like, you're going to go fight a 40, 41-year-old washed up Deontay. Well, everybody's going to talk smack, but people will tune in. And by the way, Usyk didn't look good in his last outing either. I know a lot are going to say, well, it's because he didn't take Rico, he didn't take him serious. Yeah, it could be that. It could also be that he's 39 freaking years old, Holmes. So, nonetheless, Usyk um, gives up all his titles. He is no longer heavyweight champ. The guy was great while it lasted. People still have him in either number one or number two on their pound for pound list. Now, I don't know how many more times he's planning on fighting. Looks like he's taking a different turn here. I'm assuming now what the rumors are out there. Like I said, Eddie Hearn said Deontay Wilder. There's also rumors out there that it could be John Jones. Maybe it's both. Who knows? Maybe it's both. But what's your guys' thoughts? Are you guys with Usyk here on him saying like, you know what, Turk, Chales, homie, here's all the belts. Okay. Go be the boss of all the other guys. Because I'm not that guy, homie. I'll go out how I want to go out. I can respect that. Me personally, I can respect that. Is that how I want to see him go out? Did I want to see him against Caballero? Yeah, I did. But I can respect the way he's going out. But what's your guys' thoughts, man? What's your guys' thoughts on this? And who should he fight next? It's not gonna be um Caballero or Rico, because if that were the case, he would just hold on to the belts and get Turk's money on top of it. So I don't think it's gonna be either one of those guys. What's your guys' thoughts on all this?